So my craft room exploded this weekend. I was busy making 9 junk journal covers, and I got 3 junk journal finished. So the signatures are sewed in and they're all ready to go. The rest of them I have to finish, but I did want to show you guys the flip through of the 3 junk journals that I did get finished. I did these junk journal covers according to the video of Zoe Tofield, and I'll go ahead and link her down below. I followed her tutorial to the T pretty much, so I don't really have anything else to add, and I do want to thank her for making that video and showing us how to make those junk journal covers that are awesome. I did kind of put my own spin to it. As you can see, I did sew on the covers, and I also I don't have the kind of chipboard that she used. She used some sort of like really super thick chipboard, and I didn't have access to that. It was just too expensive online. So what I did was I just used my regular chipboard that I used for all of my junk journals way back, and I basically just did what I always do, which is cover them with cardstock. So covering them with cardstock made them really, really thick, like book thick, I would say. And so it made it perfect to, after that step, do her tutorial. I also went ahead and followed her update on how to use the heat and bond iron-on adhesive on the back of the cloth to make the signature. But I also went one step further, and I decided to go ahead and sew the signature with my sewing machine into that fabric, and then as she instructs in her tutorial, to glue that to the spine. So that worked really well. And the biggest pet peeve I have when I make these junk journals is that the spine with the paper, it kind of warps, and it's just really funky to get that creasing perfect. But with the fabric, like she says, it just adheres straight onto the spine, and it sits flush up against the spine. I think next time I make my journals, I'm going to use, I'm going to make 2 signatures, because in this, with these books, I used maybe about 20-25 pages, and I used my sewing machine, and that was really, really pushing it. Like, I got a couple errors a couple of times. So, yeah, I'm probably going to do about 2 signatures on my other books. 2 signatures, maybe 10-15 pages in each signature, so I don't mess up my sewing machine. I don't recommend that. I was a little scared, you guys. I was a little scared, I'm not gonna lie. But I really like the way that they turned out. And I also went ahead and I sewed the lace to the edge of a couple of pages. I didn't use adhesive, and they actually came out pretty straight this time. I kind of figured out how to, you know, make them not crooked. So yeah, I'm gonna come back next week with more videos on probably gonna decorate these. That's probably gonna be my next video. And I do want to thank everybody for subscribing to my channel and checking it out. I do appreciate it so much. Thank you to everybody who has pre-ordered the newest junk journal kit in my shop, French Classifieds. Thank you guys so much for pre-ordering that, and for, I mean, what I take from that is you guys believe in me. You know I will make good work that you guys love, that will compare to the work I've made in the past. So that is really nice. I really do appreciate the support. And at the very end, after I get done with this junk journal, I'm going to be showing off the junk journal covers that I made, pretty much following Zoe's tutorial to the T. With she did raised embossing on hers, but what I did was I don't have any of those dies that she has to make the design. So what I did was I used some of my Sizzix die cuts, and I used chipboard, and I piled about 3 of them high, and that's what I used. It kind of worked the same way. And on some of them. After I did the basic ones, I was like, oh, you know what? I could probably sew on this. So I got my sewing machine out and I started sewing. And on this one right here, this gray one, I used lace. And that wasn't my favorite. And this is the one where I used the Sizzix in front. So you can check those out, and thank you guys so much.
What are you doing, boo-boo? You just chilling? Huh? You just made your chilling, boo-boo? You're such a silly boy, boo-boo.